Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Tess here, and as you know, it's Wednesday morning, so it's always our late version. It is our second last day of our 21-day happiness experience, day 20, and we are talking all about spontaneity today, being spontaneous. And I find this topic really interesting because I feel over the last 19 days we've really done so much work. We've had to shift things, change things, bring something new in, especially in week 1 where we were doing all about our new routine, our happy routine. And so in many ways, shifting from an old way of doing things, bringing something new in. Week 2 was all about learning about how our mind works, being more present, being authentic, and having a new perception on things, looking at things from the other perspective or a different perspective. We've done different venues. And this week, what have we done? We've started looking at our activities, from joyful activities, our hobbies or interests, to social activities. Then we hopped over to nature. Yesterday was all about boundaries. How did that make you feel? Everything felt that we were learning new things, having to change a direction. And today it's all about being spontaneous, which is suddenly like, let's just take the wrapping off. Let's just go out there and just follow our heart, be spontaneous, go with the flow, just let go of all the shackles, the things that contain us, that hold us back, and let's just be spontaneous. So what does spontaneity mean to you? I mean, some people are very happy and easygoing with regards to it. You know, something comes up, they go, yes, I'll go do it. Other people need time. They need to process it. They need to organize things. They need to put things in place. They need to get their head right before they can go out and sort of do something spontaneous. Spontaneous, get you in the screen. So how have you been spontaneous in your past? Can you think back to any time in your life where you've actually just done that crazy thing and an opportunity came up and you just went for it? Have you got those things in your logbook of life? Or do you feel you're somebody who's quite controlled and managed and prefer and feel more secure when you're actually having to completely plan everything that you do? Today it's about attempting to think about where you would be spontaneous, or where could you be spontaneous. Now that's quite interesting, because this is not just about making a list of activities that you would like to do one day. This is, where can I be spontaneous? So I would look at various aspects of your life. I would look at your home life, look at your career or your work life, look at your relationships, your friendships, and then look at yourself. Now, spontaneity is going to begin with you. It's about you coming to terms with and deciding, hey, you know what? I can let loose. I can let my hair down. Like, my hair's tied up today. Would I dare just spontaneously let it down here? And I mean, who knows what's going to happen, because I washed it this morning and it is tied up because it looked like a little bit of a mop. And I just thought, well, I'll just keep tidy for my meeting. So I know that inside of me are two very, very distinctive people. And I'm sure there's more than that. But for now, for this exercise today, there's one side of me that loves her order. When it comes to my work, I am really very tidy and neat as far as how I like to operate. On time for my meetings, present for my clients, absolutely 100% dedicated to them when we're working together. When it comes to sending emails off, I have a certain way of doing that, and that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm doing the right way. I know there's room for improvement, but for now, that's where I have my structure and my order. Then in my home life with my kids and my friendships and everything like that, I love being spontaneous. I absolutely much prefer to just say, let's get up and let's go do this. and where there's very little planning involved and you can just get up and go. It's simple, it's easy, and there's very little time to talk yourself out of it or myself out of it or think, oh, well, now we look outside and the weather's awful. Rather, it's like, I don't care what the weather is. I'm just going to go out and do it. So that spontaneous part of yourself, how often do you let her or him out, or them out, or whichever part of your personality this is attached to? So your sort of challenge for today is to spend some time, perhaps when you're doing your meditation. You know, every day your meditation doesn't have to just be sitting there quietly being. You can actually say, do you know what, when I listen in my meditation piece today, I'm going to just put some calm music on. I'm going to sit quite still and calm in my seat, and I'm going to think about being spontaneous. Now, that often can be as relaxing as doing a full-blown meditation, which I imagine most of us aren't very good at, because being good at meditation is a lifetime practice. So for me, it's about being more conscious of what I'm focusing on during that time of relaxation. So you could say, okay, today in my meditation, my 10-15 minute meditation, I'm going to think about being spontaneous. And now it's not thinking as much as just noticing or feeling what would spontaneous be like for Tess? What would it be like for Donna? What would it be like for Susan or Isabel or Paula or Amanda or Karen? Or I'm going to not remember all your names, but you know what I'm saying. What is it for you? What we want to do is we want to have those moments where we just are able to let go and just go with it. You know, maybe if your partner comes up to you and says, honey, let's just go and do this tonight. And you don't go into control mode. Oh, I've got an early morning tomorrow. Oh, I've got this. I was going to do, wash the curtains, or I was going to do all these chores. What about just letting all that stuff drop and say, yes, babe. Yes, darling. Yes, honey. Yes, sweetheart, whatever. Let's go and have a good experience. Now, I know one of you have shared something of a similar, I would imagine, similar note with me over the weekend, and I think it's awesome. But that moment of spontaneity, live for the moment, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And if we want to have that moment of happy feeling, that state, spontaneity can be where it really comes up and activates. So that's really the topic for today. So we've spent 19 days being like learning, controlling, thinking, shifting, adjusting. And today it's like, take off your winter coat and just be free, be spontaneous. And let me challenge you, if somebody comes up to you today and makes an offer, obviously, and it won't harm anybody or yourself, and they just want you to be spontaneous, I challenge you to just go, yes, let's do it, without worrying about the consequences of that decision. Now, we're talking about being responsible, right? But I think you are very clear in understanding what I'm talking about. It's like, dump the chores for one day and just go and be spontaneous. If it was raining today, I'd say go jump in a muddy puddle. Or if it was, if it's an opportunity where you've got a heavy workload, maybe you've got 1 hour, and maybe you can call a friend and you can say, okay, let's just go have coffee right now. Be free. Just be spontaneous with me. Let's catch up. It's been such a long time. Whatever it is for you. So go out and be spontaneous today. And I will let you go and catch up with you at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, which will be our day 21, our final day of this experience. I do have some exciting options going on afterwards that I'd like to suggest to you tomorrow. But first, we will conclude this beautiful series. I've loved doing it with you. I have gained so much value from your sharing, from the conversations, the telephone calls that I have during the day when you want to share or ask a question. So please don't go anywhere. See you tomorrow morning if you can make it. I know sort of Claire, you're not going to be able to join us because you've got to say goodbye to your daughter who's going on a massive adventure. So our thoughts will be with you, but you'll catch the replay. I know you will. So take care, be well, and you know, the other spontaneous thing you could do today is just rate your level of contentedness and sense of happiness, perhaps compared to how you felt when you started this journey with us 20 days ago, and just see if there's any shift in your sense of well-being within yourself. I would love to hear about that tomorrow when we have our call, or private message me before then so that I could share it with whoever is listening. It'd be lovely to share that and have a share. So have a beautiful day. I know in my part of the world the sky is blue, the sun is up, the leaves on the trees are still turning that orange and brown. Just embrace those that you cross paths with today and smile. I promise you it'll come back. Right. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.